that got top of the stack against all of these other things. And that's James's dinner today. And I'm hoping that he will pick the lasagna over this.
Well, the lasagna looks awesome.
Yes.
Oh, that's all I gotta say. It looks really pro.
Because this is an instant thing, and look at all those carbs. Holy moly.
What is that? That's these.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
And
I've had those before. I like them plenty well.
Yeah, I know. But it's an awful lot of carbs.
Yeah.
So, whereas my keto lasagna.
This here?
Yeah.
Okay, do you want that closer?
Nope,
Okay.
I want it right where it is.
Okay.
It has very few carbs. So, and that also, your pizza had a lot of sodium, but you know what? I betcha my lasagna does too.
This is called pizza or bread?
Well, it's frusta.
Frusta.
Yep.
Southern Italian.
This is my outfit for today. And I don't know if I will need to wear the jacket actually, because it's warmer out here than I thought it was going to be.
It was cool this morning, let me tell you folks.
And I was walking out in it a lot. So this is my outfit. And my salad's really nothing too special. James had like an actual dressing on his, but I did not. Mine is tahini. And I like it that way. I've been eating...
tahini, I think, is good for you.
Yeah. And I'm just going to move it a little bit back, because I think that's a bit close. All right. So, that's the thing about ties. They're flying around. I'm like, am I going to get it in my dinner?
They say doctors shouldn't
how.
wear ties because they spread disease around. They're flopping and everything. So,
anyway, I showed you where if I had legs, I'd kick you. And where Inland Empire is in the stack. And I want to say that Inland Empire, it's David Lynch, and it's the subtitle under here is A Woman in Trouble. And honestly, I don't know why he called it Inland Empire. And yeah, it's a woman in trouble, but you know what? So is this one here. This one is so great. It would be the top of almost every stack. It was really awesome. Whereas this David Lynch thing, I love David Lynch. This was a bit of a disappointment.
Well, it might not be. I don't think it's close to the best he's ever done.
No.
Twin Peaks, I think, for me is, and this I've seen much better from him in terms of movies. So it goes. And
well, we did like the extras.
The extras are awesome.
Yeah.
I watched one of them twice over.
So I'm going to slip these out of the stack because we'll probably end up talking about these two items tomorrow, and it'll probably take all dinner. So we'll see. I'm going to slip them out. They're just over there, but you knew where they were in the stack. So, Mr. Mayor.
A revelation.
Total revelation. I hadn't realized that Tina Fey was involved with this project.
No.
So the humor, if you liked 30 Rock, you're gonna love this. It's same sort of humor. And there's too many like internal ads for Saturday Night Live for my liking.
You mean like David Spade being on it?
Well, no, and they mentioned Saturday Night
Live. Oh, they
Live.
did? Exactly right. So
they actually do.
There were other people from Saturday Night Live. Anyway.
Yeah. But hey, maybe all of you people who love Saturday Night Live, well, you probably just love that. So, I don't know. But Holly Hunter there's a lot of jokes about she's playing a
feminist, self-proclaimed feminist.
Yeah, left-wing, sort of whatever. And, well, the Saturday Night Live crowd, they're not big on that. But it's just makes good jokes. But you know what? There are jokes to be had about a lot of left-wing sort of people. So, I'm fine with hearing it.
They were talking about 30 Rock on CBC today.
Oh, really?
And they seemed kind of surprised. Nowadays, no, I don't
He's going
30
for
Rock. We don't
lasagna.
make jokes like that and stuff like that. What do you expect? I mean, 30 Rock, I don't know. You look at guys like David Spade, gone right wing if he wasn't originally. Chris Rock went right wing if he wasn't originally. Dennis Miller went right wing if he was. I don't think he was originally. You know, like, and I'm telling you, one of the reasons why is they want people to laugh at them. And people generally find left-wingers absolutely, so-called self-proclaimed left-wingers, absolutely ridiculous. So,
All right. So, Holly Hunter's character, they kind of make her out to be a rat. There's comments where, like, she says something about chewing the ends off of the erasers off of all of her pencils, and
I didn't catch it.
there was one episode where she was crawling through the heat vents.
That's hilarious.
So, yeah.
I didn't catch it.
Yeah.
Very good.
It was funny, but I don't know, maybe a little bit over the top. But anyway, yeah, some funny stuff. I loved watching this.
I preferred it to 30 Rock, I've got to say.
Honestly, I have never seen Ted Danson starring in anything where I've really cared for him, or even in anything where I've really cared for him.
Good.
But this was awesome. They really knew how to use him. He was perfect.
What a relief
Absolutely
after
perfect.
CSI.
Oh yeah. Yeah. What were they thinking?
What were they thinking? Because he's really a comic character.
Yeah.
You know, he's a big goofy guy like Will Ferrell. He was playing a different role here than Will Ferrell usually plays. But most big guys that are cast as mayors and stuff like that, they're goofy. So thank you, Ted Danson.
We're finally done with Spenser for Hire.
And I'm sad.
I am too. It's only 3 seasons. And the first season I was like, this is so terrible.
And it is, folks.
Yeah. But then the second season, they bring out some great actors for, you know, you watch them and you're like, oh, that's so-and-so or whatever. And so you're
great
recognizing.
young or younger actors.
And as, you know, they're just in one episode and then they're gone, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's something to look forward to every episode. You're like, okay, who am I going to see now?
They were on a real roll. Like Samuel L. Jackson, looking like he barely knew how to shave.
Yep.
And
so, anyway, there's
Morpheus from The Matrix.
Yeah. Yep. And then season 3, you know, there's a lot of jokes along the way. Spenser, he's at one point, I think, I can't remember if this was season 2 or season 3, but I think season 3. They're talking about, in season 3, they're joking more, well, not really joking. I mean, it's supposed to be a serious show, but there's more written in about his being overweight a bit, right? And so at one point he's shot and in the side, and somebody's like, oh, how are you doing or whatever, and he's like, oh, they just shot a love handle. I've been meaning to lose those anyway, or I've been trying to lose those anyway, whatever. Man, so there's comments like that, right? And
his love handles were huge. They were like elephant's ears. No, not quite, but yeah.
But I felt for him. You know, he would be an attractive man if he was just lost a little bit of weight. And it's tough when you're trying to lose weight. It's tough. So
when a person's under stress, you know, to have to lose weight.
But you know, there are easy ways to do it. This spirulina smoothie that I made. It has some unsweetened vanilla almond milk and spirulina and liquid glucosamine. That's it, and it's delicious.
Yeah, I'm sure they had this idea because they were doing it.
Yep.
They were stripped down to the waist. I don't know who came first, chicken or egg, Tom Selleck in Magnum P.I. or whatever this guy's name is, Spenser.
Yep.
And
Robert Urich.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
And it just would have been huge pressure, you know, because already by second season they're not having him stripped down and stuff like that. And eventually, by the third season, he's all bulked up.
Yeah, they're putting like sweater vests on him and
then
trench coat.
Over that.
Poor him.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Felt sorry for him. It's cornball kind of stuff. It's a little bit like, well, it's hard to feel sorry for William Shatner in Star Trek. But you can see, or you figure you can see him, he's wearing a corset and things like that.
Now if he goes for the salad instead of the rest. Anyway, code 3.
Before we start that,
Oh.
I basically finished the lasagna. I'm talking with my mouth full because I'm loving lasagna so much, folks.
Yeah, it's
Good
delicious stuff. It's easy to make. You just, instead of noodles, you use zucchini. You take a potato peeler, a vegetable peeler, or you can use a mandolin if you have one of those kitchen mandolins. And you slice the zucchini like into ribbons, and you lay it out.
You'd
instead
never
of
know the difference.
noodles. No,
And
it's
it'd be
great.
way healthier.
Yeah, that's all you do. You just change it up just a little bit. And I put a lot of egg whites in there too,
Well, there we go.
into like
That's
mixed in
difficult
with the
enough.
cottage cheese, and yeah,
Wow.
it's awesome. So it's high protein,
Tastes
it's
rich.
low carb. You'd never think, oh, this is a health thing, but you know, if you're wanting to do the keto thing, that works. So
you made that from scratch?
you betcha I did.
Folks, that's one of her best recipes. Keep that in mind, what she told you.
Yep.
It's a winner.
I like that. So, anyway, this one's Rainn Wilson.
Speaking of a winner.
And I had seen the commercial, the previews for this.
Yeah.
And
You thought it was a clunker?
no, I thought it would be good.
Interesting.
So I was looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah.
And it was really funny. So I did enjoy it a lot. There obviously are other people out there who maybe not so fond of doctors and nurses, but love EMS workers. So
I've only had to be taken in an ambulance once, and I'm telling you, those folks
They were
treated
great.
me like real gentlemen.
Yeah.
Gentle persons. I'm sure it's the same for the women doing EMS. Went to the hospital, and they treated me like spit. And yeah, I'm using rhyming slang, and I'm not even saying maybe I am. And the nurses were bad too. The doctors were just awful. But you know, I'd been on morphine, and my back was really bad. You know, eventually I ended up. I might have taken out one of the vertebrae there in the hospital. They get me up off of they pour me off of the bed. It's one of these beds that are like chairs that sit up. I'm looking around. Where's a wheelchair?
yeah.
None at hand. And I take my first step and I fall right down the hospital floor. And
Yeah, well, they
I can't
filled him
imagine
full of
anything dirtier.
morphine,
Yeah.
so that he wasn't in pain, right?
I
'Cause
already
he
was
he
very
having
unsteady
back
on my pins.
spasms.
Yeah.
And they just, they filled him
Let
full
me
of
fall
morphine
down.
so
Mhm.
that he wasn't, I don't know if he was still back spasming but he wasn't feeling it, right?
Yeah,
So
that might have
when-
been it.
I don't know.
I just went down. Couldn't
Anyway,
even tell you what happened. But
but so there's obviously other people have had, and people have talked to us, as we used to speak fairly openly about problems we had with the medical system and this and that. in
Especially
Canada.
doctors.
Because honestly, it's like people will often say, "Oh, healthcare is so expensive," or whatever. And that we were listening to the CBC and doctors saying the answer is private care and stuff like that. And it's like, you doctors want that? Because basically, here in Canada, they have this guaranteed employment. It's like a welfare system for doctors. A lot of them really, it seems like when you have dealings with them, that the reason that they're getting employed is, they're getting a paycheck and because it's publicly funded. But would they otherwise? Would people actually go to them because they don't seem to do the job or know what they're doing or whatever?
both.
But maybe it's just that they realize the doctors realize, oh, there's only so many people that we can send to specialists, and we want to send our family members and friends there. We don't want to send these people, poor people that we don't like, or who knows. I don't know what they're, because once you get to a specialist, usually they're awesome. It's just getting there.
They are awful, not awesome. The GPs,
Yeah.
GMPs, 90% from my experience are general malpractitioners. GMPs.
But anyway, we're getting off topic.
No, I
So-
just want to say, speaking of the doctors,
This is the best I've ever seen the guy who played the chief emergency room
Oh yeah,
doctor.
he did a great job as
He
that.
always
because
plays
we have
a
actually
good,
met doctors that are like that.
Well, maybe worse, but
Yeah.
this guy's semi-funny.
So
But dude, whoever you are, I don't know your name, dark hair, tall, almost Academy Award as far as I'm concerned.
so good. Yeah.
And it might seem over the top to some people that haven't much experience to
Yeah, maybe they haven't had bad experiences yet.
No,
Because when
no, you're
I
just
was young, exactly. When I was young, I thought, oh, this is the greatest place in the world to be in Canada. Our medical system, it's awesome. You know, we get health care. And I actually thought, oh, if I'm injured at work, well, that'll be fine because I have health care. You know, so I didn't really worry about it.
and then it
Yeah.
happened.
So, Black Widow,
I just want to say,
Oh.
this guy,
Rainn Wilson.
he plays an ordinary. I don't know how many guys with this
He did a great job.
I ran into look like him, kind of act like him.
But honestly,
No.
everybody did a great job in that.
I know.
We were really impressed.
Life was just steamrolling him. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So EMS guys and
Like
gals.
I remember one of my what do you call it? Is it nephew? Yeah.
Yeah.
One of
Yeah,
my
yeah.
nephews wanted to be an EMS worker.
Yeah.
And I didn't say anything, but I was thinking, you'll make very little money and you'll have to deal with gross stuff and work hard and it'll be stressful. And, you know, I was thinking, why don't you just become a nurse or a doctor? Why EMS? But anyway. Maybe he also knew people who were EMS and thought they were awesome people because that's what our dealings were. So,
Yeah.
because that's one thing. I mean, you meet the doctors and nurses and you're like, oh boy, maybe I don't want to be a nurse or a doctor because I would have to work with these guys.
Yeah, I
But
know.
they're not all
Isn't that
bad,
awful?
right? There's a lot of great ones out there.
Is that true?
Oh, for sure.
GMPs.
For
10%
sure. But they
are
tend to
okay.
be specialists, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, Black Widow. Scarlett Johansson, beautiful as always, but you know the Marvels, they made her lose weight. She had the sexiest body, I think.
They made her
For-
lose weight. Yeah,
and
I
they
think
made
I
her
can
lose
remember
weight for these cat suits and stuff.
that. Guys,
And it's like, what? She's lost
No.
her curves. Like, now I'm like postmenopausal sort of thing. Do I need the curves? Probably not, so it doesn't matter if I look like this, right? But, come on. Give her curves back. Everybody wants to see her, you know, the nice full hips and the full, yep. So, bring it back.
yeah. You
Don't
guys,
put her.
what's
Don't make
wrong
her
with
lose
you?
the weight
Jeez.
for the cat suit. It doesn't look good. She'd look better in the cat suit with the curves. I mean, she was something. And I mean, she's still beautiful. She always will be. But
Awesome.
anyway, this was better than I thought it would be. It was put out in 2021, and there's this virus that
Okay. I see where
it's
this is
dealing
going.
with the Russians,
Yeah, yeah.
and they have brainwashed people or something. They've brainwashed a whole bunch of women who are, I guess they're Black Widows or whatever. I don't know. I don't know what they're called in this, but I guess maybe she's the Black Widow, but I don't know. Anyway, the Russians have a whole bunch of women that have been brainwashed, but there's this virus that if they get it on them or something, it's been made, and if they breathe it in or something and get it in their eyes, I'm not exactly sure how, but then it they're not brainwashed anymore. So it frees people from being brainwashed.
The virus does that.
The virus does that.
Okay.
So in this, it's a good thing.
Weird.
Yeah.
I think. Well, okay.
And I don't know. I remember when I was a teenager and I did acid, and I thought, man, like afterwards, like it was a lot of fun. But afterwards I was thinking, wow, it's a lucky thing that I'm on summer break, because I would not want to have to write any kind of test after having done this. I could feel that I had lost brain cells or something.
How about being an air traffic controller? Would that work out?
After taking acid?
Yeah.
Maybe you need to take acid just to deal with being an air.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a good idea.
No.
So anyway,
So you got a responsible position. If you're worried about the future, in other words, tests, so on and so forth, don't even bother. I've never tried it. I can't ever say I've really been tempted. So
in any case, I found the same thing with when I got a certain virus in 2020.
Ooh, I wonder.
I felt like, my brain is, I can't remember things right. It was just really bad for my brain. Anyway.
A couple of medical professionals we ran into, I think they were nurses from Alaska, were saying they'd caught it so many times they'd forgotten.
Maybe they forgot because
they were
caught
talking
it so
about
many
being
times.
in a constant brain fog.
Yeah. So anyway, the movie was entertaining enough. Keeper, I guess this was entertaining enough. It's sort of, it felt a little bit, maybe not so high budget. Certainly not so high budget as the Black Widow. But, I don't know. Whatever. Good boy. This was a great dog actor.
That dog deserves an Academy Award.
And the director, I guess, that worked too.
Love that dog.
Yeah, for sure.
The rest of the movie, well, but I couldn't quite figure out exactly what was happening. But
well, there were some problems with this, because I was thinking, okay, there's a ghost dog in this, which is cool.
Yeah.
And I guess there's a ghost, like the guy's grandpa.
Or something. No.
Something. But there's, so I thought some things about that were cool, and I was thinking, well, maybe it's Death that is trying to claw maybe Death succeeded with the ghost dog and the guy's grandpa, right? Yeah. And maybe it's Death that's trying to claw the dog, but I couldn't understand why, like, there's this one part where the dog's out chained up because he was running off, and it would have been dangerous for him. And the guy, his owner, is really sick, and he's having a hard time caring for the dog, and I can kind of understand that too. I mean, he's on his deathbed, and it's tough caring for a dog, and they don't understand.
It's tough caring for them anytime, really.
Yeah, and so he seems like he's maybe not as nice to the dog, but he loves the dog. But he's having some hard times, right?
And the dog doesn't quite understand.
And the dog doesn't understand. So the dog's outside, chained up, and the maybe Death is pulling on the chain, and I don't really understand what was going on there, or why. But maybe Death was thinking, I can get my claws into this dog too while I'm getting this. His
two
owner
for the price of one.
Exactly. I don't know, but it really didn't. It was hard to kind of follow the thread there with that.
But, the dog I like better than most of the heroes of horror movies.
Oh, yeah. He was so great. He did such a good job acting in that. Like, there were times when he looked frightened, and he sounded frightened, and he was supposed to be, and there were times when he was curious, and yes, he was supposed to be, right? And it was perfect. I don't know how they did it so perfectly. But because it's obviously low budget, so they wouldn't have had the special effects to monkey with it. Anyway, First We Eat. Not a good title. One of the teenage daughters actually commented on that, and maybe the mothers that, speaking of doctors, they're two doctors. They'd both been, the couple, the wife and husband, they'd been doctors in the area, and they want to go on this experiment. It says 3 skeptical teenagers, 1 reluctant husband, no salt, no caffeine, no sugar, and minus 40 temperatures. So this is, what do you call it, Dawson, Yukon, Dawson City, Yukon.
Dawson City.
So, anyway, they would have had money, given that they had both been doctors. And why is Canada giving some funding for these guys to show that, yeah, we can live in, basically, the title should have been something like the one teenager daughter was right. This is a stupid title. First we eat? What is this about? It should be Yukon, Yukon Eat Local. That's what it should have been. Like, you can eat local, but Yukon. Why not use that? Because that's what this is about, is these guys want to eat local in the Yukon. That's what they do for a year. That's their project. So if you called it Yukon Eat Local, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
That
There's
gives
a
you a
pun on
title, and
you
it's a
can.
pun. Yeah.
Oh.
And so it would be, people would think, it would be catchy that way. This is stupid. First we eat. But I guess leave it to 2 doctors to come up with such a stupid title, and not even listen when the teenage daughter says, that's a stupid title because we're not eating first. We're doing a lot of work to prepare food and store it, and so that we can eat local rather than buying sugar. And it says no sugar, but it's no processed sugar that they're buying. They're actually getting sugar beets. They're using birch syrup. They're, you know, local stuff, because they're finding farmers and stuff like that are local. They're eating sugar in their dairy. They're eating, consuming milk. So that'd be lactose. They're having sugar.
Oh, sure.
So, yeah. No salt. Well, that one was a little bit more difficult for them.
I think people eat a little bit of salt. Of course, with our kind of diets, modern.
So they were trying some really disgusting things. Like the husband decided, well, blood is salty. Let's try an experiment where we take some of my blood. So they drew some of his blood and they put it through they spun it in a container in the in the washing machine or something to try to separate it, and then they dried it out and tried to use it as salt. Like, so basically they're convincing their kids to be vampires, and their
like
kids were not in that.
Peter to pay
and yes,
Paul.
it was
stupid idea.
But I guess they were just trying it as an experiment so that they could maybe get some pig blood and whatever.
Or maybe other people's
So
blood.
they did buy some pig's blood, and then the mom's trying to convince her daughters to have like pig blood smoothies. She's like, this is really healthy. We just mix milk and the pig's blood. And it's like, okay, so doctors don't have to take courses on nutrition.
What do they know about it?
What do they know? So, anyway,
Wow.
So
This sounds like one of the worst documentaries I've ever heard.
well, there's some beautiful scenery, and
So there you go.
you get to see, there's actually a dairy farm that is up there. It's the most northern Canadian dairy farm, I guess. So, I mean, they had milk. They had all sorts of things that they could eat. It didn't really seem like hardship to me. The hardship was the mother didn't really know how to cook. But she ended up lowering, she had been on, her blood pressure was high. So